Yeah. What's up, Nation? Saturday edition. And on the step, whoever it is. Tell me who sent you. What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, Cowboys fans? Little vibes. Yeah. Before we get to this game, man, this video will be brought to you by the Real Insurance Lady. Y'all know the drill, man. They have been sponsoring the videos on the channel, showing a lot of love. Right now, I'm watching this Ole Miss Penn State game, and I've been really sitting on this Lions-Cowboys game. What are the ramifications of this game? Could we see the Lions again? I think that's one of the things that I don't think that people are thinking about. There's a very real chance that Dallas could get the music off. There's a very, very real chance that the Cowboys could see the Lions again in the playoffs. You just never know what could happen. Thank all of you guys for jumping in. I think one of the things that really I want to speak on today is what needs to happen in this game. I think one of the things that does need to happen in this game is the defensive side of the ball needs to come out with a plan. Now, one thing that I noticed in the Bills game was that, I spoke all week about James Cook and just what type of a player is. Well, guys, I have news for you. I really think that Jahmyr Gibbs, if you guys have been with me since the draft, I think that Jahmyr Gibbs might be a better player than James Cook. So what type of plan will Dan Quinn have? I kind of said last week that I'm starting to lose faith in his defense, and it was actually 2 weeks ago, and right on cue, the DVOA just hadn't been great. Hadn't been great at all. This is a different challenge today, though. Different type of fight. Different type of fight. Make no mistake about it. Jahmyr Gibbs is an awesome, awesome player. Like, for my money, his bag is different. You guys know how high I was on him around the draft time. So you guys know I even had him over Bijan Robinson. And I would dare to say he's probably had a little bit of a better season than Bijan, but albeit usage, Arthur Smith, coaching, and I think that Ben Johnson with the Lions has done a great job with getting Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery involved. But to me, if I'm the Cowboys and how I need to stop this team is I need to get them to 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 6. If you let them front run with 2nd and 4, 2nd and 5, Golf and those guys will be comfortable, and you'll die a slow death in the run game. You will die a very slow death in the run game. If you let those guys get to those down and distances, you will die a very slow death in the run game. And that's what does scare me about this game. You're in the playoffs, so it's not a do or die situation, but you need to be going into the playoffs playing good football. Now, how are we going to play the Washington game? I don't know. I think a lot of it does depend on today. Now, you do want to get out of this game healthy. But if it's me, my game plan and what I've been thinking about all week is I'm selling out to stop the run. This is a different type of beast with the Lions. So the Lions are going to line up, and they have a really good offensive line. Sewell is really good. They have a really good offensive line. They have a really stout offensive line. So how the Lions want to win, the Lions want to simply win by doing what? Okay. They want to win by lining up and mashing you like potatoes. And so I think that that's where you have to be able to stop those guys and have the game plan to do that. I think if you can get Golf off his spot, like you said, Sonny, you get him off his spot, okay, you live with Amon-Ra St. Brown. As good as Amon-Ra St. Brown is, you live with him. You live with those guys making plays. You live with Sam Laporta. Sam Laporta, good player, good young player. The Cowboys wanted Sam Laporta. Iowa tight end, good young player. But you live. You live that way. What you can't do is die a slow death and live with these guys front running and running the ball down your throat. It's not a good way to die. If that happens, it's going to be a long week in Dallas if you die that way. That's a bad way to go out. It's a very bad way to go out. I also believe that, I'll say this. I also believe that the Cowboys offense I think that they'll have their way. The Lions played a Minnesota offense that they gave up 400 yards to. It had it not been for Nick Mullins turning into Nick Mullins again. Almost like, man, maybe does Minnesota go back to Joshua Dobbs? Had it not been for that, I think that the Lions may have been in trouble because Minnesota's moving the ball up and down the field, up and down the field. Now, I do like the Lions' run defense. I think that those linebackers come downhill, but the problem that the Lions are going to have is Jake Ferguson should have a monster game. The Lions linebackers play downhill and they can't run. They just can't. So outside of Brian Branch, it's going to be tough on the Lions defenders trying to stop the Cowboys, especially over the middle of the field. So when I think about that matchup, I don't want the Cowboys going into the game saying, yes, we have to try to score. Because I think if they score first, then they can kind of get the Lions off track run game wise. I don't think that the Lions will have the discipline and the patience to just stay with the run. Me personally, I don't see that. Thank you to Lunatic for the $2 super chat. Thank you to everybody who may give a super chat. I also am going to do a recap video tonight. Make sure that I get you guys this content. So, with this game, it's funny because both teams are. So let's peel back the curtains. Both teams are in the playoffs. I want to make that clear. Both teams, but seeding, it does matter. But does it matter to the point to where you want to go into the playoffs unhealthy? Chat, let me know. Does that matter? If it was me, thank you, David Luna, for the $5 cash app, man. Much love to you, bro. Let me ask y'all this: does anybody want to go into the playoffs unhealthy? First and foremost, does anybody want to go into the playoffs unhealthy? Because I don't. You know, me personally, I would have loved, and I don't think that Tyron Smith plays today. I would have loved for Tyron Smith to play. A Tyron Smith who, by the way, has proven me very, very wrong this year. He's played lights out. He's played really, really good football. Um, but I would have loved for Tyron Smith to play today. But I just don't know if he's going to. I could be wrong, but I just don't know if he's going to. Um, so if Smith doesn't play, and if Smith doesn't play, and now you're dealing with another Chuma Doga situation, how do we feel about that, Cowboys fans? Here we go. Let's talk about it. How do we feel about that? If Tyron Smith doesn't play and it's a Chuma Doga situation, how do we feel about that? Which versus a D line, I saw something on Twitter, and it kind of does bother me sometimes when I think people use, I won't say recycled takes, but they kind of use the same takes. Like, just being honest, I really don't think that Aiden Hutchinson has had the year that people think. So I saw a take on Twitter that said, well, Aiden Hutchinson is going to give uh, Terrence Steele fits. And I thought to myself, well, Aiden Hutchinson isn't even in the top 20 in win rate as a defensive end. I just looked it up. He's not his numbers he hasn't taken a jump that people think. This is Aiden Hutchinson. So I don't know if we have any Lions fans in the building, but Aiden Hutchinson hasn't played as well as I would like to think that he has. So their D line, as I looked at it, it doesn't bother me. Like, I don't see a team that just pressures. I don't like, honestly, if I'm being honest, I thought that Bradley Chubb last week, I kind of had a feeling that he was not going to be a good matchup for us. And he did make some plays. He did kind of have Dak off the spot. He did kind of have Dak's eyes dropping for a while. That's Bradley Chubb. Hutchinson and the Lions, for the most part, and I don't think that Minnesota has a better O-line than the Cowboys. I really believe that Hutchinson doesn't stress you in that way. I could be wrong, but I don't think that Hutchinson stresses you in that way. What do you guys think? We're talking about Hutchinson. Yeah. And that's what I think as well, Jim. I mean, for him to be a former number one overall pick, I don't know that he's been the player that people think. So that's interesting. And when we talk about edge pass rush run weights real quick, it's really quite incredible just how. So listen to this. Micah Parsons, out of 210 plays, he has 79 wins. These are rush wins, so basically pressures. The next closest person who has 50 more plays at the DN position is Myles Garrett. It's quite incredible how good Micah Parsons is. It's quite incredible how fast he gets to the quarterback. So to me, this would have to be a Micah Parsons game because Jared Goff is a statue. Now, the truth of the matter is the Lions do have a really good offensive line. Like, really good. But the issue with that is I think that they are, I won't say one dimensional, like they want to get downhill. But if when you have a quarterback who just sits in the pocket in today's NFL, if you can't play off schedule like at all, like to me, that's not really the best way to win. Um, that's not really the best way to win. You got to have a quarterback who has some type of movement. I think that Dak has really become the pros pro as far as movement, just enough just to be able to stress you, but he's not out there trying to run. If that makes sense, like that's not Dak's bag. So I got a new chair, so I'm just trying to get the ins and outs. How do I want to be like this? You know what I'm saying? Do I want to be over here in the cut? So I'm just trying to get in my bag. Um, so that's interesting, and that's something to think about. But defensively, oh, actually, I went back to the defense side of the ball. Let me get back to the offense side of the ball. Well, let me get back to our offense, their defense. I think the Dallas Cowboys will have literally no issue moving the ball. I think that if nothing else, I think that if you have to just press CD the ball, press him the ball. Let him get you out of dodge. They don't have a guy on that team. I like Brian Branch. He's a good young player, but they don't have a guy on that defense who can stress CeeDee Lamb in any sort of way, as far as like giving him fits. I mean, the guy would have been last week with Jalen Ramsey, but Jalen Ramsey really, I mean, let's be honest. If Jalen Ramsey has the character and he's the type of guy that if he wanted to, he's the type of player that if he wanted to follow CD, he could have said, "Hey, coach, I'm taking him." And he didn't because he didn't want to. So, yep, let's get the likes up, guys. Let's get the likes up. Just a quick 30-minute live today. Let's get the likes up. Thank you for that, Mr. Donald in New Mexico. So, offensive side of the ball, I'm really not worried about. We need to talk about this defense and the game plan and what I think that they should do. So, this defense, obviously, it was a big stink this week with Rashaan Evans not being on the team anymore. But the problem with it is like me personally, we didn't even see enough reps of Rashaan Evans to say. I don't think that we saw enough reps of Rashaan Evans to say whether he could play or not. I think what happens is we see a play where he looks physical, and we're like, man, why haven't we seen Rashaan Evans, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, it's not that, right? Like, we got to stop. Let's look at the whole body of work. Let's look at what the scouts are talking about. And then the problem with Rashaan Evans, too, guys, I hate to say this, is he did get caught smoking marijuana in Dallas. Now, however you feel about marijuana, that's how you feel about it. But you in Dallas, bro. Why? Just tell me why. Evans, why? Come on, bro. Like, the fan base was behind you. So why go out and do that? Somebody tell me. What did Michael Jackson say? Why? Why? Tell him that it's human. Why? Why? Evans, why? Why would you smoke that, Jay? Tell me why? Why? Evans, now why would you do that? Why? Why would you smoke that weed? Why, Evans? He did it. He's now off the team. And then the Cowboys probably looked at it and said, we don't want to deal with the headache. It's not like the Cowboys it's not like the Cowboys hadn't been dealing with with characters for a long time. But I just there was no reason to do that. So now Evans is off the team. So now we're talking about linebacker help. The truth of the matter is this, and I'll be the first to say it: the Cowboys and I mean this wholeheartedly. That's why I've been covering backers, and I'm gonna really start digging in on the draft. I've been kind of watching some guys, but I'm gonna really get to some athletes. The truth of the matter is this, guys. The Cowboys, I thought when they lost Overshown, it just wasn't a good deal. When the Cowboys lost to Marvin Overshown, I said, "You're losing some attitude, man. You're losing some complete attitude." And I really did believe that in them losing that attitude, I believe that 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 they would lose that they would honestly, I believe that was going to be like the missing piece because I do like Damone Clark and I think that he's been really high, really low. But right now he's low. Bills game, not good. Last week, not good. Damone Clark needs to shut people up and play good football today. No way around it. No, no excuses. Damone Clark needs to come out and fill gaps and play good football today. Or the Cowboys are going to be looking at other options at linebacker in the future. It is what it is. Like, we got to be real. He needs to come out and play good football. Period. You're in the middle of that defense. There's no more LVE. We got to give Bell a pass. We give Bell a pass because the truth is he's playing out of position. He's playing well, but he's just playing out of position. So in that, boom. Oh, I love Cooper DeJean, by the way. I'm not as high on Jeremiah Trotter Jr. as everybody else. I do like him. I'm just not high on him. There are some other players in this draft that I'm really high on, but Jeremiah Trotter, I'm just okay on with him. He can play, but I don't know. I'll watch the Notre Dame game and we can look at it. But, you know. So anyway, when I look at this Cowboys team, I say to myself, I don't want to I do not want to I just don't want to panic, but we do need players to play better. You know what? I like what Ghostface is saying. No LVE and it's hurting. There's no way around that. You could try to tangle, twist it, do whatever you need to do, say whatever you need to say. The truth is we need Damone Clark to fill gaps and play good football today. Like, this team won't play well if those guys don't play good football today. And I do think that the Cowboys will. I 100% think the Cowboys will score points, but it may not be about scoring points if you're dying a slow death. People have to understand what a slow death is. A slow death is when a team can sit on the ball, run the ball, take time, get first downs. That's a hard way to die, dog. I'm telling you, that's a hard way to die. We got 128 people in here on a Friday. Saturday. You know what? It's so crazy. That week in between Christmas and New Year's is it's a crazy, like, what day is it type of week. That's how I feel. That week is so crazy. I'm like, I don't know what day it is. I don't know literally what's going on at work. I don't know anything. Like, that's literally what type of day it is. And that's why I'm like, what is today? Is today Saturday? When is New Year's Day? Oh, it's on a Monday. It's so awkward. Like, so again, it is good to have football today, Cowboys football, but that means that we got to lock in for this game. Y'all know what time it is. So defensively, when you think about Amon-Ra St. Brown, even Jameson Williams, those guys, man, I really think that they are going to, like, in the future, the Lions are going to be just give you fits because Dan Campbell has built something. He knows what he wants. He drafted Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs is not going anywhere. I have nothing bad to say about that guy. Like, I don't give everybody love. Y'all know that. Listen. But, dog, oh, okay. Yeah, Chris. I actually did upgrade my camera, but I'm actually thinking about upgrading and getting another camera. But my man say that joint crispy. Yeah, Chris. Everybody give Chris can we get clap emojis? Clap emojis, please, y'all. Clap emojis for my camera. Clap emoji for my camera, Chris. And he didn't curse. Well, he fake cursed. He put the Y instead of the I. Shout out to you, Chris. Man, listen, I really like Jahmyr Gibbs, y'all. Like, love Jahmyr Gibbs. And like I have nothing bad to say about the way that the Lions have drafted. They really like are using kind of what the cow like that mode of like, hey, we drafted Brian Branch, we're gonna play Brian Branch. Melon Fonwu, like it's year 3 for Melon Fonwu, and he's kind of came on. They're using him in different ways. Um, you know, like they're doing some good things even with their young coordinators. They're doing a dang good job with those guys. Like the Lions are probably about 2 years away from really saying like, man, they're going to be those guys if they can keep the Packers off their tail, because the Packers are a good organization. And Jordan Love, I would give Jordan Love another year, let him develop, because he showed some flashes. But that NFC North is going to be good for the taking. But I think it'll be the Lions for the taking. But when you talk about the Cowboys, right? Oh man, thank you, Sadiqa. Oh, you didn't have to do that. Oh, she gonna make me cry right before New Year's. Can we get a cry emoji for a $20 super chat? Can we get a cry emoji? Come on, y'all. Stop playing so much. Let's get a cry emoji for a super chat, man. Make me give y'all 5 more minutes, man. No, but in all seriousness, y'all, I really do believe that that the Lions have built this thing the right way, and that's like that. So like I have nothing bad to say about Jahmyr Gibbs. Absolutely nothing. Because the truth of the matter is the guy is a player. They've drafted players. Now, what they do at the quarterback position is kind of tough because with Goff, I think there is a ceiling on their team. And just like when we played them tonight, I think there's a ceiling on who and how they can attack us. Because if he can't play off schedule, which Jared Goff can't, like he's play action, ball has to be out. He's scheme, ball has to be out. That's why Sean McVay wanted to get rid of him. But he's not a bad player. Let's make that clear. Jared Goff is not a bad player, but he's ball, play. If it's not there, it's sack. He's laying down. Like if Micah beats Sewell, he's not going to step up, run. That's it. That's not him. He can't do that. Like Jared Goff won't beat you in that way. So I think that, man, nah, seriously. Hey, any questions you guys, Sadiqa? We might make this a Sadiqa hour for you. I'm just saying. I might give you 5 minutes. Any questions you got for me, man? Because that's a beautiful blessing. Thank you for that super chat. But with Goff, he's not going to beat you in that way. So their offense, if I'm Dan Quinn, I'm saying, listen, let's go in. Let's stop the run first. The Dallas Cowboys have to stop the run first. Let's not die that death. Then, if on digs and end breaking routes and things like that off play action, if Amon-Ra goes for 200 yards, then you lose the game and you shake their hand and you say great game. If Amon-Ra can beat you and he can beat our corners for whatever it is, then you lose the game and you say great game. If rookie Sam Laporta and Amon-Ra St. Brown can beat your defense, then you say great game. But on first and second down, I'm going to make sure that you guys are getting 3 yards of play. Like, that's how I'm going to beat you guys. That's how I'm going to play defense. And then we win and we adjust from there. But, that's me. That's definitely how I want to that's how I want to play it. And I think that the Cowboys and Dan Quinn have I think that the Cowboys have a lot of questions to answer. Because with Dan Quinn, it does feel like he's kind of checked out. I didn't think his game plan last week was bad. Now, I also said if you hold Miami to 91 total yards rushing, you should be able to win that game. I think that the Cowboys went down, right? I believe the Cowboys went down last week, late in that game, and did what? I do believe the Cowboys went down and scored the game-winning drive, and they couldn't get a stop late. You just needed one to get another chance to get Dak the ball back, and you couldn't do that. So that's kind of where I'm at with. I just want to see Dan Quinn just have a plan tonight. Like, you had no plan for James Cook, and you got absolutely shredded in the run game. And that's what I mean by those deaths are different deaths, because Josh Allen had 90 something yards passing the ball, but it didn't matter because James Cook over and over and over again. So thank you, Take Cowboys. Shout out to all my women followers, man. Love y'all, man. Who love the game of football like we love the game of football, like us football nerds. I'm a football nerd. So shout out to you, Take Cowboys. Shout out to you, Sadiqa. Even in their own 16 year, they fought to end. Yeah, they did. I completely agree. They fought hard and they're right where they need to be. Just being honest with you. Yeah. Nah, Jim. I know. Jim, you an Iowa guy. So I know your vibe, man, for sure. Any questions, comments, concern, man? Game day. I feel good about this game. I do feel that the Cowboys will win. Got to get up early. Got to get opportunistic stops. Can't beat yourself. Can't have penalties. Can't beat yourself. Cannot beat yourself in this football game. Can't beat yourself in this football game. And I don't think the Cowboys will. I think they'll play good football. And I think the Cowboys will win this game. Now, next week it'll be interesting. But I think this Cowboys team will really play good football. So I'm really excited about this game. Questions, comments, concern. How we feeling, y'all? How we feeling? How we feeling? All right. Well, if that's the case, can I play some music for y'all? Let's play some tunes. I want to play a song. You know what? Nah, because I don't want to get any copyright. For its worst is, I don't know. Like, that's one player who is just like, man, I have no idea what's happening to Israel Mukuamu. I've heard some things under the radar, but I don't want to bring that to light simply because if it's not true, I'm not that guy. Like, I don't need clicks that much to lie. Let's look at this. Hubert Sweet says, Foots, if you look at the play Pollard ran in the 87, that stopped his momentum. Yeah, I agree. I don't think Pollard's played as bad as everybody believes. Like, it's been I don't think that he's played as bad as everybody believed. So like me personally, I don't think he's played as bad as everybody believed. Somebody said play your music. All right, I'll play some tunes. You won it, you got it. But in all seriousness, guys, like I don't believe that Pollard. I think the Cowboys will be fine. Like I think the Cowboys will be fine, man. Let's play this one. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I got no whatchamacallit. Let me get it on the big speaker. Yeah, I don't think the Cowboys will have any issues, guys. I really don't.
Bluetooth disconnected.
Let's see if I can get it on the speaker. And I hate the fact it had to be you. Y'all, we gonna win this game, man. Like, the biggest thing is, and I mean this, guys.
Bluetooth connected.
We have what you said to me. Biggest thing is, y'all, playing clean football. Can y'all hear it? Y'all, we gonna win this, y'all, man. I think game plan will be everything. Got a game plan. And we made this whole album in this basement. I'm gonna let y'all see. Sneak peek. This is where we made this album at. You wake up in the morning. We gonna win, y'all. I got CD Lamb going for like 150, 160. What y'all think? This is one of my favorite songs on the record. It's called Vitamin C.
Is it good for you? That is good for me. Through in the morning with your orange juice. Is it good for me? Then it's good for you. The weather will change you.
Sadiqa.
Is it good for me? Let's go jogging outside in the warm sunlight. Start the morning off right. Got some positive vibes in the warm sunlight. Everything will be alright. Is it good for you? Then it's good for me. In the morning with your orange juice. Is it good for me? Then it's good for you.
Lemon is a citrus fruit. It is rich in vitamin C.
All right, y'all. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna play some. I'm gonna play some old Foots and Codes. Let's see if y'all really been with me from day one. Let's see. I got some old bangers. I like this. I like this. I like this up tempo vibe. Let's see. Ooh, we're gonna go to one of our earlier projects. Y'all, we're gonna win this game. I love y'all, man.
It's gonna be right.
Rain or shine, I'm gonna hustle, I'm gonna grind, I'm gonna fight for your love, I'm gonna fight for what's mine. Sleepless night, I'm gonna go with the flow, 'cause we still got time tonight, and we still got time to get at the end. You can't predict the weather, there won't be sun every day. As long as we're together, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. And baby, that's a fact. There won't be sun every day, but we'll stay on track. Why?
Hey man, everybody in here, man. Let's put a prayer emoji hand up for having a blessed. I like what Hoover just said. Let's have a blessed week. New Year's. Dallas gonna win this game. I'm gonna come back after the game and give y'all some great insight. Listen, I feel really good about this game. I can honestly say, right? I can honestly say maybe a little adversity, but I just think that the Cowboys are a better team than the Lions. Honestly, I think the Cowboys were a better team than Miami. They just literally snuck one out on us. Like they just snuck out the back door on us. I think that we were a better team than Miami. So what the Cowboys do have to do is not have a bunch of penalties. You can't have a bunch of penalties. You got to play clean football. You can't have drive killers. Cannot have drive killers. I think that if they don't have the drive killers, I think that if they tackle at the point of attack, I think that if they limit the run, like they're gonna get their yards, but if you limit the run, I think you win this game. It's your boy Foots, man. 40 minutes of just me talking ball. I didn't get to it this week. It's been a hectic week, but I promise y'all, man, I'm gonna always work my hardest for y'all, for nobody else. All right, it's your boy Foots. Peace.